Hi, dear parents. How is this day for you? How is everything else going on? That song I just sang, for those who do not understand Kikuyu, is about blessing the parent, asking God to bless the parents, because our parents are so precious. Today, I would like us to talk about our parents. On this channel, we shall be talking about anything to do with family, anything to do with wealth, health, life's journey, where we are now, anything about cooking, anything. But there's one thing that we are not going to talk about here. We are not going to talk about the devil. No, we do not have room here because we belong to God. So yes, parents, wherever you are, how do you feel about the gift of life to those entrusted to you by God? You may be a guardian to some kings. You may have your own children. How do you think? What do you think about them when it comes to responsibilities? And responsibility is not about just financial. Responsibility is moral. Responsibility is spiritual. Responsibility is financial, psychological support. How do you feel? I know you love your children. I know you love those entrusted to you. But most of the times, how do you feel about it? When things are tough, do you want to give up as a parent? You cannot give up. Remember, those children are looking up to you. You are their mentor. You are a mentor to those children. If you're a guardian, you are a mentor to that kid. You know, even when Jesus was teaching the disciples and after some left, he asked them, do you want us to leave? And they said, to whom shall we go to? You have the ones of everlasting life. And the same way your children, those whom you are mentoring, those whom you are taking responsibilities, or you are responsible for, would ask the same. Or I would ask you, to whom should they go? As at my age, I still need my parents. Maybe not for the same reason, like I was young, they were taking care of me. But I still need them. The children still need you. You have responsibility towards your children. And we know that the children never grow old to their parents. You cannot say because someone is maybe 60 years old, does not belong to that man or woman who is 90 years old. No way. Our parents remain our parents, even when we are older. It will not give up their parents, because count everything as a blessing. Count your blessing. Those children are your blessings from God. It doesn't matter where they have green hair, where their character is not according to what you'd expect, whether their performance is not good, whether they don't behave the way you want them to behave or you'd expect, but they are your children. They are a gift. And you know, when we receive gifts sometimes, we do not just receive that gift so that you be in comfort zone. We are given the gifts, and this gift may have some challenges. And sometimes, even your children can become a challenge to a parent, because you do not know how to handle this child. You teach them, they do not want to follow the way you teach them. You take them to church, they do not want to follow Christ. You show them how they should live their lives as mature, responsible people they do not want, because that happens. And sometimes you can feel like giving up. But parent, you cannot give up. Never say die. Never. Never. Because if you give up, who is going to guide them? How are they even going to continue? Because they'll say, maybe my dad gave up on me, so I'm useless. Do not let your kids say like that. Do not let your kings see themselves as, take themselves as useless people, as people who cannot be trusted. Let them know, in thick or thin, you are still the parent who loves them. You are still the parent who cares about them. Sometimes kings means gentleness, even if what they are doing is not right. Because if you become so harsh on them, they'll just disappear. What would you do? What you do? What do you do if they disappear from home? If they become more rebellious, what will you do? So sometimes it requires gentleness to answer them. Sometimes you require to be gentle, other times you require to be a little bit harsh. Because, of course, even disciplining cannot just be gentle sometimes, but you require wisdom as a parent. You require the guidance of God. You require the Holy Spirit. You require higher authority. That is why you as a parent, you need to seek from authority that is above. There's no challenge that can be beyond you. Why? Even God says, my grace is sufficient for you. So when he gave you these kings, he knew that he is entrusting a responsibility to you. Do not think about money so much. I know it is necessary for survival. But if you put money above your children, if you put maybe their performance above them, then you lose them. You have to know what is important. We have to remember, sometimes as parents, you forget what is important. Is it my child or the performance? Yeah. We have to think ahead. We have to see that they are most important. Even when they irritate you, don't just punish them. Don't just keep on punishing them. Talk to them. They'll listen. Sometimes when you talk to a person who is harsh, they just cool down because you are calm. So they do not want. They have nothing to say. You can disappoint your children with your calmness, parents. I can assure you. You can you can just surprise them, not disappoint. Because maybe they expected it to come in a very aggressive manner. Then just appear there gently, calm, the way and manner in which you talk to them. They'll say, oh, my parent has become such good. Yes, you are always good parents. But sometimes you have to prove that to your children, especially to the teenagers. And not only even the teenagers, even grown-ups, sometimes they need gentle approach and positive attitude. Do not baptize your kid that this one will become like this. You become a thief. You become, I don't know, you will never be mature. You will never be responsible. If you tell the kid like that, once have power, that is what they will become. Who are you going to blame? Bless them, even when you see things are not working. And for that reason, they will reflect on your once and they will be knowing, okay, I'm trusted. I'm that good person. I'm not a bad person. They'll like it. And they work towards, that. To say, they will not want to disappoint you because already you have proved by your ones that they are good, that they are responsible. So, dear parents, like in some countries now, it is towards the opening of schools, the beginning of new term, school year. There are so many responsibilities involving money, and you have other responsibility except school. Your family have to eat, you have to feed them, you have to clothe them, you have to do the most important things, and you have to pay fees. If you are transferring your children to another school, it's even much more responsibility because you have to buy new uniform, books. If, for example, in Kenya now children are almost going to Form 1, you have to do shopping. Shopping costs a lot of money, even more than fees. And you think about all that, but just cool down. I know it is not as easy as it is said, but just cool down. Have your peace. Ask from above and you receive. See your children. Whenever you see your children as blessing, your family as blessing, then you will remember that you are not the one who is the provider. There is provider who is above. Parents, wazazi, you'll be blessed beyond what you'd think, what you'd imagine. Take your responsibility. Take yourself as a steward, because that responsibility has been entrusted to you by God from above. It's not a burden. It's not a burden. It is a blessing. Take it as a blessing, and you see wonders in your life. Count your blessing every moment. See your family as a blessing. What you have, your children, all that which you have. By taking responsibility seriously and carefully, you receive other blessings without even you being aware. So parents, today that is the much I wanted us to talk about. We shall be talking much more. Let me know what you'd like us to talk about as parents, much more. And please subscribe to this channel so that you can grow. Thank you and be blessed.